The Iran-Israel conflict spans over for decades. It is not defined by traditional military warfare, but by covert operations, proxy engagements, cyber activities, missile exchanges, diplomatic confrontations, and intelligence warfare. The roots of the conflict are tied to ideological differences, regional influence, nuclear development, and security concerns. From 1948 to 1979, Iran and Israel maintained relatively strong diplomatic and economic relations. Under Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, Iran was one of the first Muslim-majority countries to recognize Israel de facto. They collaborated in trade, intelligence, and military assistance. This period ended with the 1979 Iranian Revolution. After the establishment of the Islamic Republic under Ayatollah Khomeini, Iran severed ties with Israel. The new Iranian leadership declared Israel illegitimate and positioned itself in support of the Palestinian cause. Iran does not recognize the State of Israel and opposes its policies toward Palestinians. Israeli officials identify Iran as a major security threat due to its support for armed groups, missile development, and nuclear ambitions.
Iran launched a ballistic missile.
Iran supports organizations such as Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad in Gaza, and several Shia militias in Iraq and Syria. Israel classifies these groups as terrorist organizations and targets their infrastructure in military operations. The Syrian civil war created a new front, Iranian-backed forces, including Hezbollah and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps (IRGC), became active in Syria, supporting the Assad government. Israel responded with regular airstrikes in Syria, aimed at disrupting Iranian weapons transfers and military buildup. Lebanon remains another major theater. Hezbollah's missile stockpile, funded and supplied by Iran, is considered one of the largest non-state arsenals in the world. Israel and Hezbollah engaged in a full-scale conflict in 2006. Skirmishes and limited escalations have continued along the border. Iran's nuclear program
bunker-busting bombs.
In 2015, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action (JCPOA) was signed between Iran and 6 world powers. It limited Iran's nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. Israel strongly opposed the deal. In 2018, Israel's Mossad intelligence agency claimed it had recovered secret Iranian nuclear documents, which it presented as evidence of Iran's nuclear weapons ambitions. The same year, the United States withdrew from the JCPOA. Citing concerns raised by Israel and others, Iran began reducing its compliance with the deal shortly after. Covert warfare has defined much of the Iran-Israel conflict. Cyber operations have played a major role. In 2010, the Stuxnet computer worm caused significant. The operation was widely attributed to Israel and the United States, though neither confirmed involvement. Between 2010 and 2020, several Iranian nuclear scientists were assassinated. Iranian officials blamed Israel for most of these killings. In 2020, Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, a senior Iranian nuclear scientist, was killed in an ambush near Tehran, and Israel also killing innocent civilians. Iran directly accused Israel of conducting the operation using remote-controlled weaponry. Israel has also reported multiple attempts by Iranian operatives to target Israeli civilians and diplomats abroad. In April 2024, tensions escalated to a new level. On April 1, 2024, an airstrike hit Iran's consulate building in Damascus, Syria, killing several senior IRGC commanders. Iran blamed Israel for the attack. On April 13 to 14, Iran launched a large-scale retaliation involving over 300 drones and missiles aimed at Israeli targets. Israeli air defense systems, along with assistance from the United States, the United Kingdom, France, and Jordan, intercepted most of the projectiles. Days later, Israel reportedly conducted a limited strike inside Iran, targeting military sites near Isfahan. Iranian authorities downplayed damage and did not retaliate with force. These events marked a and Qatar called for de-escalation. Russia and China criticized the strikes on diplomatic sites, calling for adherence to international law. Iran possesses a large and diverse missile arsenal. It includes short, medium, and intermediate-range ballistic missiles. Some of its missiles are capable of reaching Israeli territory. Iran also operates drone programs and maintains influence through non-state militias across the region. Israel maintains air superiority in the region and operates advanced missile defense systems including Iron Dome, David Sling, and Arrow. Israel is widely believed to possess nuclear weapons, though it maintains a policy of deliberate ambiguity and has never officially confirmed this. Israel has superior intelligence capabilities, cyber warfare capacity, and support from Western allies, especially the United States. The normalization agreements signed under the Abraham Accords altered regional dynamics. The United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan established formal diplomatic ties with Israel. Iran criticized these moves, calling them a betrayal of the Palestinian cause. Meanwhile, Iran deepened ties with China, Russia, and Venezuela, pursuing military cooperation and oil trade. Iran's relationship with Syria and Iraq remains strategic. It also supports the Houthi movement in Yemen, which has targeted Israeli interests in the Red Sea. Analysts consider several flashpoints as potential triggers for larger conflict. Israeli airstrikes on nuclear facilities and cities in Iran, Iranian missile or drone attacks on Israel, escalation through Hezbollah or Hamas actions, miscalculated responses in Syria or Iraq. Despite multiple escalations, both countries have also demonstrated signals of restraint. Missile alerts, airstrikes, and cyber disruptions have affected civilian life. In Iran, residents in border regions face frequent rocket fire from Israel. In Gaza, thousands of civilians, including kids, are killed. Cyber attacks on water systems, electrical grids, and transport infrastructure have disrupted normal life in both nations at times. Attacks on Jewish and Israeli targets globally. Mossad has been linked to sabotage operations inside Iran. Iranian security agencies have arrested individuals accused of spying for Israel. Both nations invest heavily in counterintelligence, electronic surveillance, and psychological operations. In the event of full-scale war, humanitarian consequences could include civilian casualties, mass displacement, and refugee flows. Lebanon, Syria, and Gaza would likely experience severe collateral damage. Humanitarian organizations have raised concerns about access to aid in war zones and risks to critical infrastructures such as hospitals, water, and electricity. The Iran-Israel conflict remains unresolved, despite no direct war declaration. Both countries operate under the assumption of mutual threat. Diplomatic channels are closed. Third-party states occasionally mediate communication. Military buildup, nuclear advancement, regional realignments, and ideological stances continue to shape the trajectory of this conflict. Events remain highly dynamic and susceptible to rapid changes. The Iran-Israel conflict reflects broader tensions across the Middle East. It intersects with global power competition, nuclear non-proliferation debates, regional security, and ideological rivalry. While diplomacy has stalled, military and intelligence operations remain active. Observers continue to monitor developments closely, as new confrontations or de-escalations can emerge at any moment. If you find this video helpful, like it and comment down your favorite part of video.